second chance. And everybody, especially real niggas,
What's the
real people from the hood, man, from the street, they deserve a second chance. A lot
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to North Carolina and the bustling city of Charlotte as we welcome you inside Bank of America Stadium, the home of the Panthers. About ready to get this one started. Ka'imi Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from Charlotte. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look.
Check right. Hut.
Now the first carry for Chuba Hubbard. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. Now Young. Out wide, it's Leggett. And he's going to be brought down behind the line. This defense fired up to start the game. It'll bring up fourth down. Third and long. From the gun, it's Young. That'll be caught right side by the rookie wideout. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down. Out of the shotgun, Young. That one taken in right side by Leggett. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Young hands it to Hubbard. And he's in! Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Carolina. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. He'll take it in at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. First carry for Joe Mixon. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's complete to Stephon Diggs. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Throwing on second down, Stroud. He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dalton Schultz. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. So after one, the Panthers off to the early advantage. And will return to Charlotte in a moment. 2 first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. It's 2nd down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down. Stroud gonna set up to throw. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. He is in. Touchdown, Texans. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Texans come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Devin Tompkins on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Get this drive started. On the ground, it's Hubbard. They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop. 2nd down and 8. To throw is Young. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
Gets to the edge at the 30. And he's going to take this all the way home. Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Panthers. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Couldn't take the chance. They're going to return it from the goal line. And the kicking team right there, stopping him before he can get to the 15-yard line. On play action, Stroud. That's complete. It's Tank Dell. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
A throw left side finds Dell.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. Here's Stroud. He'll look deep here for Diggs. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mixon. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. A 2nd down throw for Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. To throw is Stroud. He pulls it in around the 5. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Fairbairn good on the point after. And the Texans will tie things up. We are all even at 14. Very little time remaining in this 1st half as this kick is away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To throw, Young. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now Young. Going up top. He's got it. And he will go all the way. Xavier Legette. Touchdown, Carolina. Pinheiro on for the extra point. It's up and through. Panthers have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Seven seconds, all that remains, till halftime. And the kick is away. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. On first down, it's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Diggs. And this ball's intercepted by J.C. Horn. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. So we have reached halftime with these two teams separated by a touchdown. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
That's good for 27 and a first down. That is quickly out to Diggs. He's got room at the 30. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up.
And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Texans.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And he's going to be taken down, but there are flags down on the field. Looked like defense got a head start there. So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And some good running there. That's a first down up to the 43. Another run here with Hubbard. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Young to throw. This one complete right side.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
He's going to have the first down. That one good for 9, and the drive continues.
Well, a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Young. This is caught down that right sideline. They're locked in on this drive. Second connection for that pair. This one gaining 22. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Black one. Here we go. Set.
On first down, it is Hubbard. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6.
Right. 97. Ready.
Here's Young. Out wide, it's Leggett. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's a lot easier to pick up 1st and 2nd down yardage on these quicks than it is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking everybody.
A massive play here. Late, tie game, 3rd down. He stopped at the 11, but that is enough. A first down picked up as they are getting close. They'll go again with Hubbard. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Young. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Here's Young. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
They'll go. Young. It is brought in the end zone. Xavier Leggett, touchdown, Panthers. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure, and I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
This will be returned from the 2. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
They'll go play action with Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. They get 12 yards on that pass. First down for Houston. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's caught downfield by Diggs. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And for that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. He's out of bounds right around the 5-yard line. A 1st down there. Gain of 14 yards. Here is 1st and goal. From the gun, here's Stroud. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within 1, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
In need of a recovery and a quick field goal. Here comes the onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens. But we can see here, an onside kick, not much of a chance. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. To throw is Young. Look wide. Get this one complete. He's into the clear again. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Now Pinheiro to add on the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Panthers are going to open up the lead to 8. Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. Here comes a return from the goal line. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he finally gets forced out of bounds, but that was a fantastic return.
And that's a heck of a return right there. I mean, he's going to bounce his way towards the left sideline. Just a ton of space over there to run, and they finally get him out of bounds. But not until he nearly managed to turn the corner and almost take it all the way.
Here we go. One final play. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And that is incomplete. They took the end zone shot of the final play. It's a heartbreaking finish, as this one will come to an end. So it's over. It's a win for the Panthers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's been the home of the Panthers since 1996. Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. We welcome you to EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. Out is Eddie Pinheiro to get this one started. And off we go from Charlotte. This is taken in at the goal line. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. First and 10. They'll motion their tight end Johnson to the left side in the hands of Hill. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Carr now on second down. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
He just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And it looks like he's going to have the first down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the first down.
2 yards on the play. And the Saints first down.
First carry now for Alvin Kamara. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Xavier Woods there on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go again here with Kamara. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line. From the shotgun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Carr throwing on 4th down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
Coaches love to come out early in the game and establish a very aggressive approach. But I'm just not sure, Mike, if at this point in the game they needed to make this decision. I'm going to be very curious to see, does this come back later in the game to bite them?
They'll run here. The former Canadian track star, Chuba Hubbard, will take it. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he'll be taken down after a gain 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
You'll see right before the ball was snapped, the quarterback just take a peek. Is there enough space between the defender and your wide receiver that you intend to throw this little quick to? That's called the cushion. Cushion's big enough, you can run the play. He gets...
And he's into the end zone. Adam Thielen. Touchdown, Carolina. On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. The kick is good. Panthers will take a 7-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Carr working out of the gun. Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. On 1st and 10, Carr. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Carr now to throw on 1st down. And this ball's intercepted by J.C. Horn. And he's out of bounds on what will wind up being the final act of this opening quarter. So now, after the interception, a sudden change situation. First and goal. They'll run with Hubbard. And he will dive into the end zone. Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Panthers. Pinheiro on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Panthers move out on top, 14-0. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. On the return, here's Mims. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. First down throw for Carr. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Carr. Trying to push the ball down the field. It's an interception. Picked off by Xavier Woods. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right.
Once called Carolinas Stadium, it now goes by Bank of America Stadium. Or more simply, the Vault, as we're here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Ready to get this game started, here's Eddie Pinheiro. And we're off and running from Charlotte. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Right to the air, it's Levis. This is reeled in by Jackson. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Davion Clowney on that stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Second and 6 coming up here. Shotgun now for Levis. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on third down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with Sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
Has the connection to Ridley. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And the downhill charge gets there and touches this one right at the 14. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Straight to the air here, it's Young. Dialing up a receiver screen. And defenders are there to get him at the line. That was Harold Landry making the tackle. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! It's picked up by the Titans. And what a way to begin the scoring, Brock, as they take it back for the touchdown. The Titans get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Point after by Folk is up and good. And the Titans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down. They run again with Hubbard. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he gets it across midfield and into Titans territory. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Neither side separating much so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. We're ready to go with the 2nd quarter. It's Panthers football. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit. Out of the gun, Young. Brought in right side. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he'll get this down to the 23-yard line before they stop him. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. From the 23. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. Handoff running right, Hubbard. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down.
Right. Here we go. Slide two. Set, huh?
Young working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap now to Young. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Quandre Diggs with the INT. 40. Into the red zone. And he makes the Hefco. It's a touchdown on the pick six. Second time they've taken one back on him, Brock. First the fumble return, and now this pick six.
You know, I point this out to you every defensive meeting room we're in, Kate, when we sit down in these production meetings, and you can see their boards, right? These defenses keep track, and they know if they get a score defensively, their odds of winning through the roof. You get 2, it's almost a certainty.
That one right down the middle. And the Titans double their lead to 14. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. From his own end zone, here we go. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Young back to it after the pick. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Looking to throw, Young. Escapes the pocket. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
On 3rd down, it's Young. Complete out to the right. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Ready.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. And he's brought down for a loss. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Titans aggressive in defending the pass here. They're in dime. 3rd down coming. Completed to his running back. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
Let's go now.
They're going for it. Young. He's on the move. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. L'Jarius Sneed with the INT. And the Titans finally see the return stopped. They're going to take over following the interception at the 45-yard line. The 4th down call and Our coverage of the NFL brings us to the southern end of the Tar Heel State and to this beautiful venue, Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Ready to get this game started, here's Eddie Pinheiro. And off we go from Bank of America Stadium. Returnable from the 1. And this drive will start inside the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Stroud in the air to start us off. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They gain 14 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Into the hands of Schultz. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans take a 6-0 lead right away. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Hubbard on the give. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st. Hubbard again. No one around. He's got space. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Legette's got it. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Working quickly here. This is Hubbard running left. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
He has the 1st over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. To the air on 1st down. Young. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Christian Harris on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Texans' 20-yard line.
So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter 1. 7-0 is our score. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. Time for our 2nd quarter here, and the Panthers are thinking points. Here's 2nd and 7. Throw is there for Jatavion Sanders. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Offense defense up to the line fast. First and goal, Hubbard. Pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. It's knocked loose. And the Texans grab it.
Kate, did those sidelines get loud or what? It was practically in unison. Everybody's shouting to jump on top of that one. We just needed an official signal if it was 6 points or a touchback. And fortunately for them, well, it was a touchback.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense more often than not leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively. In a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
First time this game they've looked to him. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. From the gun, Stroud. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Stroud now on 4th down. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. J.C. Horn to pick it off. And the Panthers take possession down inside the 30 after the interception. Well, okay, I guess we've got a couple of very giving teams today, Brock. One side coughs it up with a fumble, then the other side graciously hands it right back with the interception.
Hey, listen, if you like playmaking defenses, then you like this game right here. These defenses, they're the ones supplying the big plays, and they're putting their stamp on this game.
And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
He was brought down by Gene Ward. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Check. Here we go.
Here's a give to Hubbard. Is in for the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Pinheiro good on the extra point. And the Panthers tie this game 7-7. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Return starts from the goal line. He's got a lane up past the 30. And nearly to the 35-yard line before he goes out of bounds. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Hauled in left side. On the move, past the 40. Big man's showing up the yards. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans get some late points and the lead. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. From his own end zone, here we go. And he's out of bounds a lot sooner than they would have liked. Looks like he stepped down at the 11. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Young to throw. That's complete to Leggett. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
Now Young. Rolling left, buying some time. And it'll be caught by Adam Thielen. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Now we'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, and this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely.
Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
4th down, Young. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
Back to throw it. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Look at Xavier Woods in there to pick it off. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. Well, we're set up for an incredible 2nd half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So march it forward after they accept the penalty.
Ready, break. Check, pin. Let's go. Double 38.
Up the middle, Hubbard. Through the 2nd level at the 40. Chuba Hubbard! And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset. So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Handoff running left, Hubbard. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal. Hubbard runs in, Point after from Pinheiro is up and good. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And he's out of bounds up across the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Dane Jackson.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Flush down out to his left. To the sideline, catch secured. Wow, he made that one look easy for the first.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
1st down, Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Shotgun now for Stroud. This one's caught. And he drives this forward to the 6. So they'll be set up with a 1st and goal when we come back. The Texans have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And in for the Houston touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans tie this game at 21. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Choosing to bring it out deep in the end zone. And a poor choice this time to bring it out. They contain him well shy of the 30. In fact, he's out shy of the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Now a run with Hubbard. And they bring him down right around the 23. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's a give to Hubbard. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the press for moving the chains that time. Working quickly here. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Ready.
The first carry now for Jonathan Brooks. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. They run it with Hubbard. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. He'll look to throw it. Oh, my goodness, it's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr.
Critics could always attribute one interception to a lucky break or right place, right time. But 2 interceptions is not a coincidence. This is a skilled defender, Kate, who woke up prepared to play today. And boy, has he delivered on the field of play with 2 takeaways all by himself. That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Back to throw. Rolling into enemy territory. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. They've got first down from the 31. Setting up to pass. And really, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Here he is to throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive. Because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
It's a gain of 27.
Junior, you gotta admit, that was clean. Come on, Junior. Come on. Come on, man. Come on.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is
I give you props for using the Panthers, man.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Trying to find Stephon Diggs. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Back now, pressure on its way. That one's incomplete over the middle. Trying to find his tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Looking to throw it. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Kaimi Fairbairn on now as we see how he handles this moment. This is going to be a 46-yarder.
We'll take it.
That one is good. And they're going to take the lead inside the final minute.
You know what I love about that, Kate? He didn't shrink from the spotlight. He seized the moment, made it his own. And that kick might just win them this game.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, let's see.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Legette's got it. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Now the Panthers decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Here's 2nd and 5.
Oh.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. He's down inside the 35
There it is.
before going out. Give play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Oh. There, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. Xavier Legette, the target on that throw. So they're left facing third and long.
They don't complete a high percentage of these, but even the incomplete deep shots.
Okay.
It keeps the defense.
I fucking love it, Junior. I love it.
They could get burned.
One final shot here. This is for the ball game.
Damn, good game, Junior.
They had the chance they wanted, Brock, but no, that's how this one's gonna end. So the Texans come away with the road win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for my partner Brock Huard and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Charlotte.